かない。この俺が人間なんだね。
Alright, so in this one, we are going to be going over this community tier list. We do this every season, which is pretty cool because this time they, the guy who helps organize it, I guess, made this little thing for my intro because I do these videos on this, so it is pretty cool to see that. But yeah, the community tier list, it is a tier list I go over pretty, consistently, just because I do feel like it is valuable. Because, you know, Game Press can be, okay, it's these specific players' opinions. Okay, mine could be my specific. Okay, this here is players who have been playing, and obviously it's going to vary more than just one person, a group of people. This is a lot more people that are voting on characters in higher ranks, who's better, who's worse, la 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 la, right? So this is the 6th one, and this is updated to December 14th. We are showing you the best 20 units before the introduction of Broly Chile, which wouldn't make this, by the way, just FYI. The Alpha Rank sees a new LF, apologize for that, Goku Vegeta, and then sort of Copium Trunks with these future Gohan, joins the Alpha tier back again, and then LL Super Saiyan Gohan. Oh, Revhan loses the high tier, okay. Beta Rank welcomes Zenkai Super Vegito with a crispy 7th place, interesting, interesting. Evolution Blue Vegeta gains 4 ranks. FSK loses 4 spots. Good. Good. Should not be high. Maybe he's not the most impactful as he was at his prime. Yeah. Over a year ago. I would hope he's still not that great. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta loses some ranks due to the explosion of strong purple units in the meta. I do want to talk about that. I do disagree with that. But again, we're just going over this little recap before we actually touch on the whole list. Alright. Gamma sees the fall. Obviously, it's 1 through 4, 5 through 8, or 5 through 9. You know, it goes all the way down to 20, right? So, Alpha, Beta, 4 through 5 through 9, and so have you. That's where we are now. Gamma sees the fall of many top tier units and welcomes a pretty much new face to Hater Saiyan's Legends Limited Final Form Frieza. Yes, because full Nullify Endurance is very, very valuable in this meta with the plus 12. It's a big raise. It's definitely a big raise. Delta collects the fallen soldiers of 8 Vegeta and Kid Buu. Good! 8 Vegeta is way too gassed, and Kid Buu. Then Omega Rank salutes the fallen Perfect Cell due to the lack of rival units in the meta, and welcomes Goku Black, Zamasu Assist, which I do think will be out of here after Boost ends. But besides that, LF Rose with an unexpected plus 11. Again, full Nullify Endurance. Makes sense. Then people who barely didn't make it that are new. Green Broly is 26, Yellow Free-to-Play Rose 38th, and Yellow Free-to-Play Vegeta 39th. I love that the Free-to-Play Rose is actually higher than the Free-to-Play, because Vegeta is Free-to-Play, right? Zenkai 7 is Free-to-Play now. It's actually higher than the Vegeta. That's crazy. Alright. Well, let's look at this, right? Yeah, let's look at this. Oh, something to be noted. LF Super Vegito is considered at 12 stars. Zamasu Goku Black at 14. Goku Vegeta, Sword of Cope, Future Gohan, Evolution Blue, Full Power Frieza, and Rose are considered at 9. I guess because they're all on the banners that you can pull them more on. So I guess that makes sense. So remember, the LFs are at 9. The new units, basically, that aren't LFs are at 14. Meaning Goku Black Assist, right? And Super Vegito at 12 I feel is interesting. But I kind of get it because he is fucking old, right? So, to look at it, again, we just touched on it, but obviously a visual makes more sense. And this tier list resulting in players verified to be top 6K, with majority of them ranking top 1K or higher. If I'm gonna like touch on myself real quick, that sounds fucking awful. Holy shit. I worded that incorrectly, but I personally am, what, top 13 last season? So I'm pretty high up there. I think I'm top 13 or some shit. I should probably pull it up, but it's mad words actually. Can I pull it up? I don't think I could pull up last season. Yeah, I can't. Whatever, fuck it. But that's where I am, so I think I'm more experienced, but again, this is a more overall list than my own, right? This isn't my list. I'm gonna rate it as my opinion, but it's not my list. So, Goku Vegeta number 1. Yes, Sword of Copia number 2. Okay, so this is where I disagree already, right? Okay. I think Sword of Copium is number 3. I think LF Super Vegito is number 2. Now, I'm going to specify this because this is important, and people are going to disagree with it, and that's fine. You know, this is a tier list. You have your opinions, right? I don't mind people disagreeing. That's how the world works. LF Super Vegito is number 2 because purple, mono purple, is the most easy slash meta relevant slash simple team in the game. Yes, Future. I think Future is better with Goku Vegeta, Puddle, and Sword of Copium. I agree with that. But with how good Super Vegito, with that purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, who actually I'm surprised doesn't make this list, at least at the bottom of it, and Goku Vegeta, I do think Super Vegito is number 2. Just because Mono Purple exists, you guys see it every fucking match, at least higher ranks, or maybe sometimes lower ranks, you're seeing LF Super Vegito with Goku Vegeta, with another purple, whoever that third option is. Obviously, I think the, again, purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is the best third option, but, you know, whoever that third option is, I do think because of that, Super Vegito is better. I think base kit-wise, Trunks shits on Super Vegito, but that team in general is just better. And I know I'm saying Future is a better team, but Mono Purple just runs through shit. Like, I turn off my brain. I was carried by Mono Purple, right? Like, I'm not going to downplay that. That team is brain dead. If I personally were trying to run, like, Future with that trio up top, I would struggle more. So, in my opinion, I think Super Vegito actually is number 2 in the entire game right now. Sword of Copium, I would say, is 3rd. Then Future Gohan, I would say, is 4th. Then, more discrepancies here. LF Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I would rate as 4th? Or 5th. Well, okay. 5th. Well, no, he would be 5th, right? Because it'd be Goku Vegeta, Super Vegito, Copium, Future Gohan, then Survival Gohan. No, I think Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is more valuable than Survival Gohan. I know they said because, you know, Purple's running around. Yes, but you have a unit here that can control neutrality. I think that is massively important. And while I'm saying that, people might say, oh, but LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he controls neutrality. What? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, he covers in, he goes neutral, right? 3 times. Then you have your own neutral on your main ability. So you're controlling it at least in a more defensive and offensive setting. While Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I mean, I can't pop my main ability once I'm getting ass fucked by Goku from Goku Vegeta, right? Like, I can't, like, I'm fucked, right? I can't pop my main mid getting fucked. So I do think Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has very good value. Maybe also on top of him nullifying Endurance with his ultimate is good value. And I mean, he's just still a crazy unit. You know, if there is a revival unit, which you're really not seeing revival units. Some people might run revival going on Mono Purple. That's fine, but you're really not seeing that. He does have that extra incentive to run because of his anti-revival gaining 4 balls, 50% damage inflicted, obviously, with the plat. And you're not going to consider Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with this plat. That's like considering fucking, you know, I don't even fuck, cereal without milk. Like, you're not considering that. And if you drink cereal with water, you're wrong. And yes, you drink cereal, by the way. You don't eat cereal, but continuing, Evolution Blue Vegeta. I think, again, this is going to be a little bit of hot takes here, but I don't know, it's just me. Full Power Frieza and Evolution Blue should swap. Yeah, so, like I said, Revival, the anti-revival mechanic, is a very good, what do you call it? It's a very good thing that exists right now, right? Like, to have an anti-revival mechanic is good, but you really don't see it. Like I said, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, it's nice to have if there's any revival, but you're not really seeing them. Evolution Blue, to make him really, like, peak out, he needs to be up against revival. That's just straight up it. And what I mean by that, no, his damage output, like, per se, will not peak out because of that, no. But he goes neutral. That's his peak out, right? And if I can't get that full, I guess, situation, then I do not think he is actually that high. You know, I might put him above, like, FSK and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but to make it simpler, I would just swap Full Power Frieza with Evolution Blue there, just because that full Nullify Endurance, man, like, that's so valuable. Like, you can't be like, ah, that's nothing. Like, dude, look at the top 3. A fucking purple unit, given they can fuck up Frieza in 1 card with Vegeta, but a purple unit, Copium, Endurance, Future Gohan, Endurance, Super Vegito, Revival Gohan, purple. Like, you see all these units above him, and it's like, holy shit, like, no shit, his stocks went up. Look at all these units up here that he's nullifying and or color countering. Like, Full Power Frieza, no stop, insane fucking value. Again, please remember, I'm putting Super Vegito at number 2, and he's not number 7. I'm not rating Super Vegito higher than, or lower than Full Power Frieza. Just remember that. Again, Super Vegito, I would probably, if I were to swap with somebody, I would say Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Like, obviously I'd have Super Vegito second, but if I were to swap him like here to like someone else that's not being said yet, I would say Super Saiyan 3 Goku is probably 7th. He still has decent value. I don't think he's terrible. I think he's, you know, maybe not the greatest for this meta for sure, but compared to like FSK, he's just a superior unit overall. No, FSK very much has fallen off. If I'm gonna be blunt with you guys, I would say FSK is lower than Kid Buu. I could even put FSK off this list if genuinely anything. Like, FSK just takes too long, does nothing for the team, truly, because you get, what, like, some blast damage support, I think, when you swap from FSK? Okay, whoop-de-fucking-do. Let me look at all my strike units, besides Evolution Blue Vegeta, right above them, right? Like, I'm not fucking... Like, I'm gaining 0 value, on top of hybrids being more strike-based, and there's no value in them, right? He loses value even more with Sword of Hope, wanting Vegeta Clan or Future to get his endurance to, like, be, you know, fully active. So he's just losing value. He's too slow, and yes, thank God he's fallen. I, again, do think he shouldn't even realistically make this list. If I'm being nice, again, right below Kid Buu, maybe above Cell, maybe, but I do think Cell is a much superior kid. Gamma rank here, again, I did kind of touch on this already with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I move up a little bit. Full Power Frieza, again, would move him up quite a bit there. Namek Goku... I say this every time because it matters and it's important to the discussion of Namek Goku. That Namek Goku's a skill-dependent player, right? So when you rate him at 2 scales. 1, a normal player skill, and 2, a good player skill. And if I'm rating Namek Goku at a good player skill, I would say he's still top 10. Sure, I agree with that. 11, right there. Same fucking thing, right? If I'm rating him at a normal player skill, which I would consider a top 6K, really not the craziest amount of skill. Like, you don't need to... You need to play more than you need to be good to get in the top 6K, the top 1K, to the top 100. You really don't need to be good. You just need to play more, right? That's not really a thing where it's like a skill difference when you're just playing more at these ranks. Like, top 50, 20, 10, 5. Then you need to, like, be, like, 40 to 1, 30 to 1 in your matchups. But in, like, 6 to 1K, it's like, okay, you're, like, 11 or 12 to 1, which... I mean, that it's tripled, right? It's tripled at a higher rank. And I feel like at this rank that we're rating him here, top 6K with the majority in top 1K or higher, I would say Namek Goku is... I don't want to put him below 8 Vegeta, but I would say 8 Vegeta moves down, and then Namek Goku is above him, and I would put Namek Goku probably 16th, around Kid Buu status, and I put 8 Vegeta. I put 8 Vegeta off the list, honestly. Even right now, I put him off the list. But a normal player, I put him about 16th, 17th. Good player, I put him about top 10, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower. But right here seems fine. For the ranking, I'm just not too confident that this ranking is perfect with Namek Goku, just because, again, it's more about playing the game than actually being good at it when you're up at this rank specifically. Bojack, I don't see his value. You know, I think of it and I'm just like, okay, Goku Vegeta 1 combos this guy. Okay, Goku Vegeta 1 combos. And it's silly to think like that, but it's accurate, right? Like, that's how you have to, like, process this information when you're trying to see who's as good as who's where. I would honestly swap Bojack with, DKP. I think Bojack does have okay value right now, but you're not seeing his teams, you're not seeing him anywhere. DKP... Nullify Endurance fully, same thing as LF Full Power Frieza, just Full Power Frieza is just a better unit than DKP, at least for a full matchup, you know, maybe quickly DKP's better, you know, with the Dragon Ball stealing, with the rush manipulation, whatever, but I think in a full matchup, Full Power Frieza is a better unit, but DKP does have good value with his Nullifying Endurance. I do think Bojack and him should swap. Bojack, again, has okay value, he's just not anywhere, and I know that doesn't mean he's bad, like, okay, I could also not see, you know, EX Mine, she could be a god, but, like, if I can't see this unit, I can't respect this unit to a higher rating, if that makes sense. If, especially, I can't test off against it, / with it, on the meta that we're at. Like, I've never seen a Bojack in this meta, and this meta's been, like, a thing for a bit here, of, you know, Future, or Purple, whatever you're doing. 8 Vegeta, off the list. You're not good enough to be on the list. Straight up. Fact. You're not good enough to be on the list. Croto Maru Zamasu, His only value, he is super squishy, so it's not that, obviously, that he nullifies endurance once you pop his main, right? So he's a slower full power Frieza than DKP, basically. That's it. That's why he's so low. Having DKP above him makes sense, which is what I would say. Them having him below is interesting. I don't really see that, because you look at the reds to really counter DKP, and yes, Goku Vegeta also counter DKP, but I don't see anything that makes DKP too scared. When I'm looking at Crotham Red Zamasu, I see Sword of Copium, I see a type neutral, what's-his-face, Future Gohan, I see Super Vegito, I see all these units that can pretty easily, like, to card Crotham Red Zamasu, while DKP can at least eat from a lot of those units up there comparably. Crotham Red Zamasu has value after main ability, nowhere else in this meta. That's it. Kid Buu, genuinely, I would say Kid Buu could be off this list, but Kid Buu's okay. Slow start, kind of needs a lot for him, and what I mean by that is, like, he needs the green card. He needs the timer count to be perfect. He needs this. He needs a lot to, like, really work. But when he does work, he has good value. Again, they did drop him pretty fucking low, like 8 ranks. That's a lot, right? I think by next season he should be off this list, because you're not seeing him. If you're going to see Regen, you're seeing this setup of, where the fuck is LF Piccolo? You're seeing yellow, yellow, green. Where the fuck's LF Piccolo? Where's Fat Buu? What? Wait, they're actually not on here. Yo. Oh my god. Why? I'm so confused. Okay, I didn't even notice that. Let me touch on that real quick. Wow, that's actually insane. LF Piccolo, yellow, yellow, green, right? That setup exists. That's a counter to Mono Purple. And Mono Purple's second used team in the game. It probably is the most used team in the game, but it's the second best team in the game, right? Fat Buu, you lock in against Vegeta. I know, that's very specific, but it's going to happen if you just learn the team just an ounce, right? Regen, yellow, yellow, green is very skill dependent for you to actually make it work. And if you make that work, it can shit stomp Mono Purple, and that's the team everyone's like big bad scared of, right? That, respectfully, it makes sense. With LF Piccolo and DKP, you have the ball manipulation, you have double card draw speed to farm double rush. I don't know how neither are on this list with LF Piccolo and Kid Buu, or not Kid Buu, Fat Buu. They should be on this list. I would say Fat Buu, because I really feel like they should be here. Fat Buu should be like where Bojack is, and LF Piccolo should be like where Fusion Zamasu is, and both. I mean Fusion Zamasu probably shouldn't be on this list. Bojack could be on this list, but Fusion Zamasu should. I mean, you have 8 Vegeta and not Fat Buu? No way. But Kid Buu, way too slow. I am shocked they don't have the best regen setup right now. You know, you could argue Green Zamasu, but you want that lock-in, right? Like, that's like your prime ticket. That's all I care about, at least when I'm using Fat Buu. That's really interesting they didn't have them. Okay. And it was on the 14th. This is a day ago. Interesting, interesting. Last tier here, though. Cell, you can get off the list. You suck. And you're also C tier now. So, now you have really no boost. And now you're really ass. So, sorry, Cell. You were so overrated by me. By everyone, truly. But when you're an anti-meta unit, when you're not in that meta of countering of these revival units slash hybrid and Saiyan units, all together, hybrid, revival units, Saiyan revival units, then you fall off. That's just really how it is. Sorry. He just takes too long, and when he does want to counter, he can't counter because he takes too long to even counter them out. Fusion Zamasu, I don't think is good for this meta. People try to run him on Mono Purple, and I think it's silly because this is a slow builder, right? He wants to get tap, attack, hit, comboed at least 4 times. That's really, really slow, right? You look at Goku Vegeta, they're doing 1 infinite long combo, swapping in between each other for 30 counts. Like, that's 1 buildup of Merge Zamasu. He takes way too long for this meta. I think he can barely make it, but I wouldn't be opposed to just get the fuck out of here because, again, way too long. You're not getting a scenario where you're going to get that ultimate to, like, peak out damage. Oh, you're up against 1 opponent. Okay, here's our peak damage ultimate. Like, it's not really going to be that often. And again, way too long to do his peak damage. Way too long to tank efficiently. It just ain't it. It just ain't it. Zamasu and Black, I fucking hate them. Next season, by the way, not even next season, next week, they'll be out of the boost because they came mid-week, these whole new batch of units. So they'll be out of the boost next week. I do think by then, they'll probably be like barely S tier because pure defense, what is it, 15%? It's a lot. they're definitely carried by that, but they are very tedious. They destroy Dragon Balls pretty often because they draw a blue card on their main. They fuck over your Vanish with that green card, but, you know, they have a green card, then they pop their main into a blue card. Like, you're getting a Dragon Ball reduced, right? Unless you preemptively, like, know this is coming, then something's going to happen to you, or you're going to lose your Vanish, then they can just rush you. They have good staying power, they have good healing, good durability, but again, I do think that's because of boost, not really because of themselves as an individual. And then the last one, LF Rose. Genuinely, LF Rose is better than Kid Buu, easily. I could even say LF Rose is about where 8 Vegeta is. He is on the better team in the game, obviously replaced by Goku Vegeta in the leader slot of Future, but disregarding that, and I know that's a big thing to disregard, but you know, you can just run double fucking purples. Like, you're not, who's stopping you from running double purples? Puddle Gohan? Mono purples meta, right? Like, who's stopping you from running double purples? It's stupid how efficient it is. LF Rose, full nullify endurance, the most valuable thing in the meta right now. Technically, locking in actually is, but the second most valuable thing, because you are still running into Future, regardless of how good Mono Purple is, you're running into Future very often. Having somebody in Nullifies Endurance can go neutral, destroy Dragon Balls, all these things. LF Rose has very good value. I do feel like they underrated the Endurance Nullifiers quite a bit here. A little bit gassed on Evolution Blue, considering his, you know, peakness, not even peakness, just himself isn't ideal right now. FSK is still a little bit overrated. I was going to say Evolution Blue, but no. 8 Vegeta, shouldn't even be here. Cartoon Zamasu should barely, and then these bottom 3 here, 2 I guess, should barely be here. If not, Kid Buu should barely be here, but if not, at all. But let me know what you guys think of this tier list. I think they did pretty well here. I don't think they did too crazy. Again, my only complaint would be they're underrating the Endurance Nullifiers, which is important, especially Full Power Frieza and TKP, with them being yellow in a Mono Purple meta. On top of Nullifying Endurance, they have, like, crazy stocks shooting up, right? That's just my take, though. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.